Hello, this is my multimodal project with Dean Hill. The thesis that I've come to look at the complex issue is, has the internet changed the way that humans develop, or is it rising technology that changes the way humans see the world? So what is the internet? Basically, it is a concept accessed by devices that most people have within first world countries. Access is given to most. It is public access to most within most buildings. But the issue with it is that most people that can access it do not have the best intentions, including companies and other conglomerates that can get that information from you for using the internet, such as privacy, or this is where privacy comes in. Your privacy is very little within the internet, especially if you're not thinking about it, which is where we have come. Within applications, they promise a certain level of privacy, but what they don't tell you is that that privacy can be sold off. And this is becoming a norm as we don't think about it. So what is a rising technology? Basically, it's a technology or tool that can be used to change the way we live our lives, or the way we see problems, the way we fix things. An example is forging metals to find better tools for agriculture, building electronics with television, and of course, the internet. So as of recent, we have changed. It is a known fact that within recent years, with the development of the internet, having privacy, obviously, as I stated, has becoming a thing of the past in the way that we see it. We see it as more of a tack-on thing that most companies do, rather than something that we should look out for ourselves. And when we do it this way, we see it as an extension of ourselves rather than a tool that we can use to better or change our lives. This comes to an issue when companies get involved and that information is sold. But what happens when you have young children that see you on this device all day and want the device for themselves? Well, it can help develop the young brains, and it can help further development by allowing your child to see things, solve problems, and really understand what they're looking at. It can help with language. It can help see solutions to problems that nobody else has seen. It is a critical thinking tool, with the drawbacks of losing privacy. There's also some more drawbacks. Losing social interaction. Losing face-to-face. When a child comes face-to-face with a person, they don't really know how to act, rather than when on a piece of technology, because it's just what they're used to. It's not a different way of thinking about it, but just a different world entirely with what we've built on the internet for children. So before the internet, we saw technology really as a tool, as I said. It changed our lives. It did not become an extension of us. It was there to help us and be done. So really, up until the tech revolution of the 80s and 90s, this is where the internet was really born and becoming an idea. Things like radio and television were used. So they would babysit children, basically, entertain people. It was there for people to grab onto. The issue with this was, those items could be used more as strong entertainment or strong learning tool, compared to the internet where you can focus on one more entirely than anything else. And it really depends on where you see yourself. So looking at this from kind of a generalized standpoint, the idea of technology as an entertainment is not that old. We're still getting used to it. And the issue is, it's so new and we're already getting comfortable with it. These technologies that we're getting so used to are about 20, 15 years old. And back in the early days, we saw technology as a very private thing. In the terms that you couldn't jump on, and it wasn't kosher to put all of your information out there, all of your ideas out there. It was a learning tool, something to get jobs done easier, writing down papers, looking things up. That's what it was for. Now it's turned into kind of an innovation. It helps people problem solve. It helps people understand things that they wouldn't understand normally. Whereas older generations grew up with different forms of entertainment. Nothing to this extreme, but definitely something to do the same role in a way. So the question still stands, right? Is it the internet that's changing us and the way we see privacy and other people? Or is it just another rising technology and we're in the middle of it? I believe that the internet is the sole change. I believe that it is changing us. It's getting us comfortable with things that we were never comfortable with in the past. Over the past few hundred years, people valued privacy. And now they really don't think about it. They don't read about it. They don't want to understand it. They want the companies to just figure it out for us. The issue comes when we think that everything can be done with the thing in our hand. These phones and tablets, they need to be looked at not as extensions but as tools. We need to figure them out as tools. We need to take them and really look at them as those things. And especially when given to children, they need to be seen as not as entertainment devices, but learning devices. And watch the privacy settings within things so that if your child does put where you live, for example, on an app that they are on, it doesn't strike fear into you. It doesn't push you to a point where you're wondering who can see it, what's going on. Because who knows what they're doing on there, unless you're watching them all the time. But as we've talked about before, humans are used to using these technologies as entertainment and, quote, babysitters. So it's very hard to really push one way or the other. But these young children using these tools are gaining strengths that we have never seen before. With critical thinking and adaptiveness within technology that's rising and we are not as used to. It's very strong, and they are developing way faster than any generation before them. And the works cited. Thank you.